This is Anthony John Agnello, Senior Social Editor at GamesRadar. 25 years after Street Fighter II changed video games forever, the World Warriors are returning on PlayStation 4 and PC in Street Fighter V. Throughout the decades, the spin-offs, the tournaments, and bizarre subtitles, there's been one constant throughout Street Fighter history: Ryu. The stoic warrior with his signature white gi and red gloves is the heart and soul of the series. His Rising Dragon Punch and Hadouken Fireball seemingly the same today as when he first appeared in the series' lackluster first entry. Like Street Fighter, though, Ryu has changed and evolved over the years. Street Fighter I. The Hurricane Kick and Fireball were there in 1987's Street Fighter, or Fighting Street if you're a TurboGrafx 16 fan, but overall Ryu was an awkward mess. Stiff and difficult to control, his defining characteristic was a truly embarrassing Dukes of Hazzard haircut. Street Fighter II. In 1991, Ryu became more than just the face of a major Capcom series. He became the face of an arcade revolution, a whole new gaming genre, and the central icon of a competitive community the world over. He also ditched the bad hair to become one of the smoothest controlling characters in any game. The quarter-circle joystick motion for his fireball became a standard input for special moves everywhere. Street Fighter Alpha. While Ryu was tweaked in multiple variations of Street Fighter II, his next big change came in 1995's Street Fighter Alpha, which strangely enough was about bringing the series back to the past. A prequel to 2, Alpha gave Ryu an elegant, more expressly anime makeover in bright primary colors. The Super Combo system, started in Super Street Fighter II, also evolved, giving Ryu and his pals 3 strength levels for a single special, graphical effects-laden super move. The Shinku Hadouken, a giant version of his fireball, makes its first proper appearance here, and requires 2 quarter-circle motions to activate. That's how you know it's super. X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Things got a little silly in 1996 for Ryu. He already had experience fighting dudes with claws, but Wolverine's claws actually come out of his body, unlike Vega's wimpy little hand thing. This game, where our man famously shakes hands with Cyclops, kicked off Capcom's beloved Versus series, transforming Ryu from martial artist to super-powered hero. His fireball can now fill an entire screen, and he can hurricane kick 20 feet into the air. Ha ha ha! Yeah! Shoryuken! Street Fighter EX. While 2D Ryu was battling Magneto in 1996, a brand new 3D Ryu was born in the Eureka-developed Street Fighter EX. Not necessarily a bad series, EX was Capcom's attempt to compete with rising stars like Virtua Fighter 2 and Tekken in arcades by translating its iconic fighter into the third dimension. Ryu's moves made the leap, but the whole package felt less precise and artful than they did in sprite form. Plus, Ryu looked like he was made out of old cardboard boxes glued together at weird angles. Street Fighter III. From the absurd and cartoony to the lush and grounded, 1997 Street Fighter III brought Ryu back down to earth after the Versus series. Both slower and older in appearance compared to past games, Street Fighter III's Ryu is a strategist's delight. Learning how to leverage his powerful punches and kicks against some of the game's fast opponents opens up a beginner's lesson in the game's difficult parry system. This is also the pinnacle of Ryu's sprites, a gorgeously detailed and animated character on the screen. But is his hair supposed to be so blue-looking? It was brown in 2. Street Fighter 4. While Ryu popped up in new versus games like Capcom vs. SNK, and even RPGs like Namco Cross Capcom after Street Fighter 3, it was more than a decade before his next major transformation. 2008's Street Fighter 4 both revitalized the series and gave Ryu his first respectable debut in 3D, with a gorgeous character model benefiting from the game's signature ink brush outlines. Ryu's Street Fighter 2 moveset returned in full, but was augmented by focus attacks, a new ability to absorb a strike and then counterattack, as well as the series' wildly animated Ultra combos. Street Fighter V. After 8 years of Street Fighter 4 variations, Capcom is finally giving us a proper sequel, and it sports some fancy changes. Focus attacks are out, but V-skills are in. These are character-specific moves that can be used at will. Ryu's signature V-skill lets him parry an incoming attack, but that's not the most important change for the man. 29 years after his first appearance, Ryu gets an unlockable beard in Street Fighter V. And this ain't no 90s goatee either. It is a full-on lumberjack sex beard. We've come so far. If you want more information on Street Fighter V and the series' history, follow GamesRadar on youtube.com/GamesRadar.